tous, bienvenue donc pour cette table ronde sur un panorama de la musique au Brésil. On est ravis avec Giancarlo et nos amis brésiliens de pouvoir passer ce moment avec vous et de vous en dire un petit peu plus sur cette scène brésilienne, cette scène musicale brésilienne. Alors un petit point technique avant de commencer, l'essentiel des discussions se feront en anglais, comme ça a été indiqué. Pour ceux qui le souhaitent, il y a des casques, puisque nous avons la chance d'avoir 2 traducteurs, Spencer et Valentina, qui sont avec nous et qui vont donc traduire la conversation en anglais, de l'anglais vers le français. Donc si vous le souhaitez, les casques sont ici, n'hésitez pas à vous servir et donc à les allumer avec le petit bouton gris qui est sur le dessus et ils sont tous sur le canal 1. Et la petite molette sert à régler le volume. Il ne faut surtout pas appuyer sur le bouton qui est au milieu parce que ça dérègle tout. Bon, voilà. Donc peut-être je passe la parole à Giancarlo pour peut-être une petite rapide présentation du contexte au Brésil. Puis après, je vous dirai un petit mot de la saison France-Brésil qui arrive en 2025.
Voilà. Merci beaucoup. Très rapidement, je vais présenter. Donc, on va passer la parole à chacun de nos intervenants après Mathilde, pour qu'il se présente. L'idée, le Brésil est un pays qui est très grand, très vaste et très diversifié. Donc, ce qu'on a essayé de composer ici, c'est justement ce panorama qui va vous permettre de comprendre quels sont les enjeux actuellement, que ce soit politique, économique, artistique, culturel. Il y a énormément de points très communs entre la France et le Brésil. Donc, vous allez voir, vous allez comprendre que les enjeux français, on va les retrouver aussi au Brésil pour les montages de projets. Et aussi, les professionnels qui sont là, ils représentent différentes régions et des institutions qui sont reconnues au sein du pays et à l'international. Donc, c'est un privilège de les avoir avec nous. Donc, on est ravis, ils sont très enthousiastes, très chaleureux aussi. Et l'idée, c'est d'imaginer des possibles collaborations donc, entre la France et le Brésil, pas que dans les cadres de la saison, mais aussi dans l'avenir, parce qu'il y a un historique assez fort entre ces 2 pays. Et donc, ce qu'on veut, c'est vous aider à concrétiser des liens existants et futurs. Voilà. Et je repasse la parole à Mathilde.
Merci Giancarlo. Un petit mot alors sur cette année France-Brésil, parce que c'est vrai que c'était un peu l'occasion aussi pour nous d'organiser cette rencontre. Donc c'est une décision des 2 présidents, le président Lula et le président Macron, bien sûr, de décider qu'il y aurait une année croisée France-Brésil. Ces années croisées sont toujours des moments forts et puis des moments aussi pour changer un peu l'image d'un pays ou pour montrer son évolution. C'est toujours le cas dans le cadre des années croisées. Bien sûr, là, c'est une année de retrouvailles. Elle a vraiment été pensée comme ça. Et donc, l'idée, c'était d'axer cette année autour des thématiques qui sont communes en fait, aux 2 pays. La première thématique, c'est le climat et la transition écologique. Alors, bien sûr, il y a des événements clés qui vont se passer pendant cette année et qui vont ponctuer aussi, et qui sont sur ce thème, évidemment, la conférence des Nations Unies sur l'océan qui aura lieu à Nice en juin, et puis la COP 30 à Belém en novembre 2025. Donc, ça fait partie, bien sûr, des sujets importants pour les 2 pays. Et l'idée, c'est de traiter du mieux possible les questions de la transition écologique, des questions phares comme la biodiversité et puis les énergies décarbonées, ou qu'est-ce que doit être une ville durable. Donc c'était un peu l'idée. Le deuxième point, c'est la diversité des sociétés et le dialogue avec l'Afrique, parce que ça fait partie des sujets qu'on partage avec le Brésil. Donc c'était important aussi qu'on puisse, et puis ça fait partie aussi des projets du président Lula. Donc c'était quelque chose d'important à partager. Le dernier point, c'est la démocratie et la mondialisation équitable. Les 2 présidents souhaitent travailler conjointement pour défendre les valeurs démocratiques et puis œuvrer à une mondialisation plus équitable. Ce sont leurs mots. Et donc, l'idée, c'est que la programmation puisse mobiliser un peu la jeunesse, mettre en avant aussi certains modèles d'institutions culturelles qui valorisent la jeunesse. Et puis, il va y avoir aussi des rencontres et des débats autour de toutes ces questions. Voilà. Alors, je vais passer la parole maintenant à nos intervenants. Alors, on s'est dit que le Brésil, comme l'a dit Giancarlo, est un pays immense et dont nous, Français, maîtrisons mal la géographie. Alors on s'est dit que pour voilà, peut-être c'était intéressant d'aller du sud au nord. Et donc euh, je vais passer la parole à Jeannette de Curitiba. Euh, Peut-être le plus simple. I'm switching to English then.
Okay.
Perhaps what you could say is a bit about Curitiba, the state itself, and about your institution, the Instituto Curitiba Arte e Cultura.
Okay. Bon, bonjour à tous, but I'm gonna to continue in English. Okay, first of all, I'd like very much to thank the French Embassy and the French Consulate in São Paulo to invite me to be here to represent my state, my region, let's say. And also for us, it's a great opportunity to meet all of you here. And also I'd like to congratulate for the exceptional organization that you have. So my name is Jeannette Andrade. I come from the south of Brazil in a town called Curitiba. Curitiba has 2 million inhabitants, and something very important that I have to say, how we arrived here. Because when you can listen Marianne, for instance, you're going to see the big difference and all this continental part that we have, this country that is quite continental, the measures that we have. So Curitiba, it's something very important to say that on the 19th century, we had a very strong immigration from the Europeans. So you had lots of Italians, Germans, and Ukrainians, Polish people that arrived in this part of Brazil, looking for work, let's say. And something very important that they brought with us, it was their passion for music. Music, something so important in their lives here in Europe, and that's the mainly contribution, let's say, for all of the work that they have when they arrived in my city, let's say, the region where I live. Because when they arrived there, they made these many musical institutions. They did many associations where something was very important to create the richest scene that we have today in our town. So it's quite different than we had, for instance, in the north of Brazil, and Mariana is going to talk about that. So we have this very special privilege that we have in our town. Sometimes when Europeans, they arrive in Curitiba, in somehow, I have to say that, they are almost disappointed because sometimes you go there with this stereotypical part of Brazilian that's with samba, carnival. We are totally different of that. The climate, it's cold, it's something very, very special in Brazil. But so we have this special place that we are, and we have something very important for the Brazilian policies of culture. I have many projects. I work for Curitiba Institute for Art and Culture. It's an institution, a non-profit, and which we work for the City Hall of Curitiba. So they make their cultural policies, and you have to execute, and we also have to create. It's a model of cultural policies that we have in Brazil that every time it's getting more stronger. I think that me and Santa Marcelina and Elgiba, we have this model of cultural policies with these social organizations that we call in Brazil. It's something very important. It's making a big difference in the way that we are doing our projects and everything. So I work, as I said, all the official part of music in my town. For instance, we have a very strong conservatory for Brazilian popular music and many other projects. It's kind of my responsibility to work with them. I separate only two biggest projects that we have there, which has more things to do with what I'm doing here. We have a group, it's called Camerata Antiqua de Curitiba, and we are very proud to say that this year we are doing 50 years. It's a chamber music, it's a chamber orchestra and choir, and we always invite many foreign soloists, and something very important because we are doing 50 years, which for us in Brazil means a lot. With all these policies that we don't have, we are always beginning somehow again and again and again, and to arrive so long, something very important to say. And I have also one of the mainly music festival in Brazil. It's called Oficina de Música de Curitiba. It's Curitiba Music Workshop, which next year in January are going to be our 42nd edition. It's also something very important to say in our country, a project that goes so long. And this project, it's very important because it's one of the most important music festival in Brazil. We had 2,000 students. We have 10 days festival. It's 2,000 students, more than 200 programs, shows, concerts, and many other different activities. And it's important that because we have hundreds of music festivals in Brazil, but the oficina, it's important because we have different departments. We had very strong classical music. We have Brazilian popular music and jazz. And we have a very strong department for early music and pedagogical activities for children. And every time more, we are trying to create new possibilities now, doing kind of reflections that we have to bring for nowadays. No, I think that music festival, it's not possible only just you go there, you can learn to play violin or piano. It's much more. We have big challenges in front of us now, and I'm interested in this kind of things too. We have many things for inclusion also. For instance, we have a new department for, let's say, music for blind people with Braille. We have music. We are interested in things for autism, which we can see that every time more and more we have to attend this part of public. We have things with neuroscience. So it's a new possibilities that we are discovering and we are trying to bring for us. We have many teachers and musicians that they go to be with us. Now, after the COVID, we decided to do, because we had to stop, the first year of COVID, we had to do this online festival, which was quite weird. But afterwards, we prepared in 2022. We had the whole music festival ready to be presential, but then we had this problem with the Omicron. We did no way to go on with that and decided to postpone it for in July. So it was very good to do July for us. It's winter time. So our mayor, he liked it very much, this possibility to have this wintertime music festival. So now we have a music festival also in July. So we have this strongest music festival in January, and now in July we have this second possibility, this winter music festival. So and somehow I have many other things that I could say, but these are my mainly projects. And I think that we have a lot of things to do in common with you. So I'm going to go and okay.
We'll come back. It's a very complete presentation, but you have time afterwards to come back. We go to São Paulo, if it's okay for you. And so I pass on the microphone. As you wish, you can.
Okay. Bonjour, je m'appelle Ricardo et je vais parler en anglais. Thank you very much for all. I'm very happy to be here. Eu told a little bit about the São Paulo. São Paulo is a state in southeast part of the country. It's a most rich state of them. We have in the São Paulo around of 40 million of people. In the city of São Paulo had around of 12 million people. I work an institution, the name is Santa Marcelina Cultura, and then we are responsible to management 3 different programs in partnership of the Secretary of Culture, Economy and Creative Industries of São Paulo. And then the first program is the Teatro São Pedro. It's a professional theater. Then we have an opera season. We produce around of 10 different titles of opera each year. We produce ballets, concerts, and then we have 2 programs for development of from the sector of music and opera. We have an opera academy with 16 singers and a youth orchestra for opera too. And beside that, we have Opera Atelier. It's a program to develop new composers and librettists. And each year, we produce 3 premieres with result of this program. It's a formative program. We are responsible to management at the School of Music of São Paulo, Tom Jobim. It's a conservatoire of São Paulo. Then we had around of 2,000 students, more 4 artistical groups. We have a youth orchestra, a wind band, a choral, and a popular orchestra. It's a kind of symphonic orchestra with the big band. This group is very curious because we play principally at the Brazilian music. And all the pieces, the arrangements, is produced special for this orchestra. It's a very interesting project. The last one, we are responsible management. The GURI program is a music education and social inclusion program. And then we have 400 school of music in different cities of São Paulo. We had around of 70,000 students. And then we have 29 artistical groups in different territories of the state of São Paulo. Our team have around of 2,000 professionals, and we have been in the last 15 years constructing different partnerships in different countries. We have 2 very strongly partnerships with France, with the Conservatoire of Paris, and with the Demos. It's a music education program here. And Iago will say a little bit about our institution. We work together there. Thank you very much.
Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Je m'appelle Iago. I think I'm gonna speak in English, right? I would like to thank also the French Embassy and Institut Français. It's a pleasure to be here. I would like to congratulate New Deal for this beautiful event, this beautiful afternoon that we're having. I would like to point out especially GURI and MESP on our pedagogical side, and to talk about it. We have 3 main axes that we aim, that we do, which is the artistic side, the pedagogical side, and the social side. So to think about these projects, to think about what we do in São Paulo, which is this very big state in Brazil, bigger than some countries around here. So it's a very big country, and then GURI is in over 300 cities, as Ricardo has mentioned. Over the last 15 years, more than 1 million children and teenagers have been on GURI, and also MESP, which is this conservatoire that is nowadays one of the most important conservatoires to form new musicians, to make them to help them to perform, to be there. So it's important to think about those 3 axes that we look for. So even here, it's important to talk to you. We're open to talk to you because we're also open for master classes, for teachers, for maestros, for talking to people, to inviting them to maybe come to Brazil. Maybe we can come here with them as well, with the kids, with the teenagers. It would be very good. And this is the main course of our work. Ricardo pointed our international relationships. We have international relationships with many countries and consulates. I would like to point that this year we have been doing this great work with the United States Consulate, with the 2,000 years of international relationships, that 200 years, sorry. 200 years of international relationships between Brazil and the United States. And the next year, we have the year of France in Brazil. So I think it's gonna be a very good opportunity to work, to talk, to exchange, and that we're open for that. I mean, I'm gonna leave the mic now. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach me out. Thank you.
Thank you so much to you both. I pass the mic to Stefan Dawelsberg from Rio.
Hi everyone. I'm coming from Rio de Janeiro from a profitable organization, 43 years running organization, um, 3 generations of musicians in my family, and I'm economist. Okay, so but anyway, here we are, and these 40 years. And we run in Rio de Janeiro a subscription series, which is the tool that we inscribe to talk to you, which is this year we are celebrating the 30th. Next year we will be celebrating the 30th edition of our subscription series, which, and how Janete says, 30 years, non-stop running project, cultural project in Brazil is not easy. So to achieve these results, we need to have partnerships on our side because we are private. And these partnerships, each project has his history. Each project has, each concept has its secrets, how to put people together. At the end is a question of, if you like to act with people, so we are in the right way, because we need always to have people involved in our project. Not only the artists and not only the public and not only the theater, but the organizations that are behind the artists, etc. So we work, of course, with private sponsors, which nowadays in Brazil comes through the tax incentive policies that the Brazilian government allows us. This is very important. We suffered a lot on the last government. We did 4 years in red numbers, so you can imagine how things were difficult to us during the former president. With Lula, things came back on a normal basis, and we are achieving perhaps next year the results that we had on 2019 or 2018. So we are still recovering the public, but we are very happy that in these 40 years, our president and my mom, she got the Chevalier des Arts et Lettres de le gouvernement français, because we brought everything that you can imagine, from Paris Ballet Opera to Toulouse, Capitole de Toulouse, all orchestras, Lille, Radio France, Symphonie du Marais, Katia Labec, Michel Legrand. We did a great show on the opening of the French year in Brazil on 2006, or I think 2006, with Groupe F. It was the craziest project that we did with the fireworks, etc. It was great. It was very difficult to make it happen, but anyway. So Les Arts Florissants, Trio Vandre, Montalvo Hervieux, la Comédie Française, Radio France, les Percussions de Strasbourg, l'Orchestre Philharmonique, lots of them. And all of these projects came not only because of support of the French government for normally the logistic point of view, airfares and basically airfares and flight, but also from our side in Brazil to raise sponsoring through the tax incentive policies. Of course we have box office, very important box office, because we are dealing with important names, and even with tax incentive policies, we can charge not high price tickets, but nowadays I think the limit of price for our projects is around 250 or 300 reais, which is less than 50 euros. This is a maximum price, the maximum medium price that we can get on our projects. So we act in all the areas with ballet, with theater, with jazz, with classical music. Here we are speaking specifically about classical music and about our subscription series, which are celebrating its 30th year in Rio de Janeiro and the 5th year in São Paulo that we began. So I think this is the big picture. I'll be happy to speak with you and to receive proposals for making things happen in the classical music in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, that's happening right now. And but it's not our main problem because we are struggling to survive there. The orchestra that I represent is the Philharmonic. Is also a philanthropic, non-profit organization, like many others in Brazil. And our artistic programs are sponsored by federal laws like Lei Rouanet and tickets, sailing tickets, and also personal donations. And the orchestra exists for the last 40 years. It was created by our patron of music, Claudio Santoro. I think you might know, the composer and maestro. He was our patron of music because he wanted to create a new orchestra to give opportunities for new musicians in Brasilia. We have two institutions of formations of education, music education in Brazil, like music school, Escola de Brasília, Escola de Música de Brasília, and also the University UNB. We have a music course happening there. The orchestra, Brazilian orchestra, the Philharmonic Orchestra, we have music education programs and also providing music education for public schools. But our main project, it's called the Music Festival or Symphonic Festival that happens in every July, August, September. So our main goal is to put together all the difference of music differences in Brasilia and Brazil, bring them to perform with the orchestra. It's an open air concert because during August is the driest season in Brasilia. We don't have rain, so we don't have any risk to put the orchestra on the street or actually on the stage, open air. And we create an invitation for every Brazilians and also for visitors to visit this cultural landscape area. And for example, this year we had more than 16,000 public visiting our concert that was held during August, September, every Saturday. And we create an atmosphere that how to say, popular music to play alongside the orchestra. Of course, we kept our classical music itself, but also we created arrangements to invite the famous singers of Brazil, the famous Brazilian singers, to perform with us. So now we are starting this international networking with the embassies. So the embassies are located in Brasilia. So those embassies, they want to bring also their artists to perform with us, rather in a classical music and also pop music, because they could feel that's possible to perform with us. So more information about the orchestra you can find on the internet because I don't have more time, but we can partage and we can discuss a little bit more. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Mariana. We're going up north now. I work for Neojibá. We are in Bahia, in Salvador, and other cities of the state, really up north. Salvador is one of the main cities in the northeast region of Brazil. Bahia, of course, is well known by all the historical and the force that it has in Brazilian music, and it to be like home birth for like lots of big ones like Caetano Veloso, Gilberto Gil, and so on. 5 minutes is a very short time to me to try to tell you everything that Neujba does in Bahia today. Our program was founded 17 years ago by Maestro Ricardo Castro, whom I'm here representing today. Ricardo is going to be in Salvador this week preparing a big concert with 500 children and youngsters on stage for 5,000 people audience, open air is a big thing we are running this week there. So Neujba is basically, it was inspired and it still is inspired by El Sistema, the Venezuelan project created by Maestro Abreu, which is our north, and like everything that the Neujba was meant to be, as not only a social project, but also to also have in the horizon the excellence in music. We are public policy financed by Bahian state, but we also, like everyone else here, we survive on other ways of founding and private founding and companies and donations and so on in different fronts. We have a historical partnership with the French embassy and consulates in Brazil. We have received many artists in Neujba to be there, and not only to present in concerts and our festivals, but especially what we offer when we have these proposals and we are here presenting our projects and trying to make those matches, with artists and institutions, is that we offer a little bit more than that. What we think we offer the experience for them, for the artists to come to Neujba and have immersion in the program, to be able to be with the children and the other and everyone else that is in the program through master classes and other kind of pedagogical and engaging in different activities with them. And we notice, we have a register that many of these artists that will try to come there one time to do like a week or so on in activities, they usually come back, and they keep coming back and coming back every year. And we develop like a relationship with them, and they develop a relationship with the program. And this is why we think is maybe when we talk about that tomorrow, it's what we want to bring to the table, is the opportunity to provide this experience for artists that come from here. We have a very beautiful friendship with David Grimau. The first time that he came to Bahia, I think was, I think maybe 8 years ago, or maybe more than that. Do you remember first time he was there? No, yeah, and he keeps coming back, and he says he's a part of Neujba now, and he actually is. And Marta Ajers, and so all the big ones that keep working together with us. And this is basically what we bring to the table when we talk to the artists that are invited to go to Neujba through sponsorship or everything that we have working together with the institutions, is this experience to actually to be able to share knowledge and to learn as well from our children and from our other collaborators and maestros and teachers and lots of people that are very passionate about what they do in Neujba. So basically it is, and you all invited to talk through it tomorrow. And as we always say, like first time that someone comes there, say just pay attention and beware, because it might maybe change everything that you have planned for your career in the next years. And we have lots of people that came from, especially here from France, and they decide to move to Brazil, and they there for 8 years or 10 or even more. And so yeah, that's it. Aquele já para.
Thank you very much for this very quick presentation. I know they have lots of things to tell you yet. We will open for questions from the audience. If you have any question, just raise your hand and I come with the microphone. You can ask your question in English or in French and then we will translate. And then, yeah, we start with the ping pong game. And please don't forget to present yourself.
Thank you so much for this nice presentation. I am Karine Letiec. I'm leading the French ensemble quelques-uns, which is a chamber music group. And I agree with Mariana. I come back from Brazil. I was in July 1.5 months. And I just want to come back immediately and to, it's exactly what you said. It's more than playing concerts, masterclass on everything. It's a relationship to share. So now I have a better idea of Brazil because I was in 5 different towns. I was not in Curitiba, I was not in Bahia, and all my new friends there said I should. So I just want to tell you that perhaps we will share some addresses, mail, contact, but my main consideration is to work connecting the new music with the archaeological fantastic things you have in Brazil. I bring for you in next September, because I'm organizing the tour there, because I love Brazil now. Perhaps I will settle down, I don't know. But I'm bringing there an exhibition who was at the Museum of Paris, Musée de l'Homme, which are African painting from the archaeologic time. I have all the rights on the movie I made. I bring them to Brazil. It's African painting we were copied by by painter women. I speak about the 19th century. So my idea is to share with the new generation of young people, family, to see they have the same origin. Because this painting is the pure beauty of paintings, colors, movement, you know, and it's from 50,000 years before in Africa. So that means it's the same people that now are in Brazil. So I have asked women composer, to write music for my instrument, which is the viola. And I will bring all of this project to Brazil in different countries, different towns, different regions. So I'm very open to share with you about this, to make it come to your places. I have already some contact we can discuss, but it's really open to share as we will come. And I will be there also with my friend Thierry Miroglio, playing percussion. That is very, he will perhaps speak now. We come with the viola and a choir of women and the percussion. And we are very, very open to share with you this program, especially if you have archaeological places that you know, like museum, park, national park, would like to share with us, because I'm also a PhD doctorate, and I work with the Museum d'Histoire Naturelle to make it connecting with our museum, the scientific part. So it's an artistic and scientific program. I will be very happy to share with you. Thank you.
Ok, Karine, j'ai pas compris une chose. Vous avez les films et aussi les ensembles. You have the film and also the musicians. It's a whole project. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay. Yeah.
You can see the video of the African paintings in front of you.
Okay.
And in front of it, you have the music was inspired by this video. This music was played at the Musée de l'Homme, and they will now come in Brazil.
Okay, good. No, it's just because we have also, we work also with cinema in my institution. That's why
It's
also.
a very good link that we just connected right now.
Yeah, yeah.
They will be here for the next 2 days, so you can, of course, meet them around, I mean, the New Deal. I go on. Someone would have a question here.
Thank you. My name is Peter Pontvik. I'm the director of Stockholm Early Music Festival, and I have also an ensemble called Ensemble Villancico that is especially work with Latin American Baroque music since 30 years. So I'm wondering in which way you are conscious and open your stages for Latin American early music. What is the movement in Brazil of this specific part of the music history and repertoire?
Okay, my mainly subject in my life was early music. I studied here in Basel, and so, but it's quite different in Brazil because, for instance, where I live, we really don't have this kind of early music as you are talking about. We can see a lot of early music more in the state of Minas Gerais and also in Bahia. It's not natural for us, but we work and we try as much as we can to to work with this part of music in Latin America, you know. But things are still very disconnected, you know. Where I have just been now in Paraguay, for instance, they have also rich scene of the misiones and all this kind of thing, and Argentina and all of this, and it's very not so. We are really not connected, you know. But I was just talking with Mathilde, for instance, that's something very important that you have as a, for instance, the French. You always said, I always admire the way that you look for our culture. Sometimes the way that we don't look ourselves for our own culture. I remember when it was in 2005, it was also again the Brazil and France. And I have been in a group of theater here in Le Mans, Le Théâtre du Radeau. I think that many of them, they know you. And I've been there, and there was a documentarist, and he just was coming from Brazil, from the state of Minas Gerais, and he did a wonderful documentary, which I never saw anything like this in Brazil. Our cultural policies, I never saw that they were worried about this kind of things. And they did a documentary. It was two films. One was Le Compositeur d'hier et d'aujourd'hui, how the musicians from the 18th century, they had the influence with the modern composers today in Brazil, something that we don't have this kind of relation. And was something very important for me, which changed my whole vision also for Brazilian early music, you know, that the French, you helped me to understand more about my own country, you know. So we have many things happening, but it's not so well connected. But afterwards, if you can, I'm very passionate for this kind of subject, so we can also go on and talk about.
Janet, perhaps you could tell us the name of the director of this documentary.
Il s'appelle Luc Hiolon. Il était juste maintenant, il habitait ici à Paris, mais maintenant he was living here in Paris, but now he moved. And the producer we did, it was 24 images de Le Mans. See, you can find there's parts of it. I don't know if the whole movie at the YouTube, and you can find today's today Vimeo. I think that's free. But that's something very, very. If you really want to understand all this connection with early Brazilian early music on the 18th century, you can go and find this. It's very interesting.
Thank you very much. We have another question here.
Hola, I'm Stanislav Sohora, Berlin-based Polish agent and concert promoter. You did mention tax incentives for concerts, for events happening in Brazil. Does it also happen the other way? Do you also have like programs, structures, ways of raising money for bringing Brazilians into Europe? I mean, I have quite a specific case of a Brazilian ensemble coming to Europe next year, and we're still looking for money.
No, there are several possibilities to raise money for exporting Brazilian culture. We did it on beginning on the 2010 2011. We brought a big Brazilian musical telling the history of samba, financed by the state of Rio de Janeiro tax incentive policies. So we had Guaraná Antarctica, which is I don't know if you there's a soft drink, Brazilian soft drink, and they were opening some business here, and they use this mechanism to make it happen. So there is possibilities.
Yeah, in the federal government, there is a specific board called Funarte. Funarte, they have like open selection for projects. They call mobilidade artística, circulation. Yeah, and we had one project last year through financed by Funarte, but not to Europe. We sent a group of 30 musicians to Chile, and they were there for almost a month doing formation and educational activities, and then a big concert in Patagonia. But I don't know if they opened to Europe this year. I'm not sure.
Actually, in 2006, we sent a string orchestra to Germany through this program, Funarte. But it all depends of the project. It's gonna represent Brazil abroad. That's very important to mention. Yeah, and also in 2015, during the Dilma's government, the former president, I was invited to create the project, the BRICS Orchestra, with all the BRICS Orchestra, and it was through the Lei Rouanet, the Rouanet law, that so it's supposed to be not that supposed because of the Lava Jato, because of the Lava Jato. I think you all know what happened because Dilma was impeached, and because of this problems of governmental things, our project was totally forgotten. So we couldn't make it the big orchestra of BRICS through this law. Yeah, that's it. But it's possible, of course.
We had some experience with the orchestra here in Europe. Our youth orchestra coming to France, maybe 2016. I don't remember the year correct, but we coming to play in the Berlioz Festival, and then we organize a partnership. I think is the most important, a partnership with the consulate and the festival and the Brazil government, and then it's possible about primeiro, through the laws and the sponsors, and it's possible. We come to Berlin too in 2017 or 2014. I don't remember, but this kind of partnership.
Nojba Youth Orchestra is coming to Europe next year, 2025. Is our 10th European tour. Actually, this is my second time here in the Philharmonie. I've been honored to be with them 2 years ago when they played here in Philharmonie, with the full tickets sold, like, I don't know, 2 months before the venue, and June the 3rd we'll be here at Philharmonie again. The tickets are already available. Yeah, this big tour, what happens is our experience is we find a way to finance the tickets, their tickets, through Lei Rouanet, but most of the expenses, what goes during the tour, is covered by festivals that actually invite our orchestra. So in 2005, this is what is going to happen. We're going to be in Austria, Germany, Italy. We're going to be in Amsterdam. I think we are going to be in Amsterdam, the Concertgebouw, and here in Philharmonie in the end. And everything that is, like hotels and food and everything that happens through production, it's paid by the festival organizations. And we do, in our plan, in the tax incentive laws, we put the airfares and other things like seguro de viagem, the healthy insurance, and because we are a big group of people. So last time we were in 120 20 people, and next time in 2025, we're going to be, I think, 172 with our team and the musicians. The young one was 14 years old when we came last time, and is a lot of work, but is a beautiful thing to see. They get like very excited and thrilled. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. We have 3 questions. I start here on the back, and then I go to the front.
Bonjour, je vais parler en français, c'est plus facile pour moi. Je suis Xavier Julien Laferrière, musicien, professeur. J'interviens au Brésil depuis une dizaine d'années à Recife avec Orchestra Criança Cidadã. Je crois que certains de mes anciens élèves, d'ailleurs, sont professionnels maintenant à Bahia, à Salvador de Bahia, dans un des orchestres. Je travaille également avec A Trupe Barroca à Vitoria, dirigé par Washington Louis Silman. Je ne sais pas si vous le connaissez. Et par ailleurs, je suis programmateur d'un festival de musique à Bordeaux, en France, où j'ai fait déjà des invitations d'ensembles brésiliens. Par exemple, Quinta Essencia, qui est un quatuor de flûte à bec à Sao Paulo très intéressant, qui marie la musique baroque et la musique contemporaine. À la faveur de ce projet 2025 France-Brésil, je voulais savoir si vous aviez des propositions d'ensemble, alors non pas des orchestres de 120 musiciens, ça je ne pourrais pas, mais d'ensemble de musique de chambre liée à la musique baroque, mais éventuellement de loin, également avec la musique traditionnelle brésilienne qui nous intéresse beaucoup. Comment ça se passe pour un peu la même question, les financements, au moins les voyages, etc. Sachant que nous, on peut évidemment organiser tout l'hébergement et un petit cachet, entre guillemets, mais sûrement pas des frais de voyage complets. Je vais vous laisser ma carte après le workshop, on pourra en discuter après si vous voulez.
Is in Rio de Janeiro, is in Niterói, yes.
Okay. À Rio de Janeiro, near Rio, at Niterói.
Niterói.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am teacher sometimes in this for short programs about Baroque music. Okay.
We are open to discuss everything.
Okay. After the workshop, I go to you. Okay.
We can have a conversation about if you came to Brazil, the other project too, we can organize concerts because everybody here is responsible.
I prefer here now, but okay.
Thank you very much. I have another question in the center.
Hello, thank you for your interventions. I'm Christophe Rocher. I lead. I'm artistic director of an ensemble in France. The name is Nautilus. It's more jazz ensemble, but we work a lot also with new traditional music, creative music, improvisation, and contemporary music. And for 4 years, we organize exchanges with Brazilian musicians and some mixed group. So we play like two days ago in Brest in the national scene with a large ensemble with the singer Jussara Marçal, maybe you know her. And I have several questions. We go in Brazil in 1 week just to play in Brasilia, so we can meet if you want. And after that we go in Nordest from Recife by car. We play in rural, very little village, and we finish in Fortaleza. So we all Pernambuco can go all the Ceará. Then with this kind of experiences, we want to build for next year mixed creative musician and traditional musicians. So I have some question for you. So the first one, maybe some of you, I understood you're more in classical field, classical music field, so maybe it's not interesting to propose something because it's not a good aesthetic field. The other thing is that from my way of working is very late to organize something strong for next year. So I would like to know if there is also some je sais pas comment dire, créneaux, des créneaux réservés. So in your program, you have imagined that some sort of kind of places, especially for this kind of proposal between France and Brazil. And the last question is, do you expect from us to welcome some of your projects? So because we are connected to a network of venues and festivals and we work with them, and it's the reciprocity is something very important for us, and the duration, because we want to have some this kind of project continue after 25 and after this famous France-Brazil year. So that's my question, sir. Thank you.
From my side, we act not only in classical music, but also in jazz, also in theater, also in ballet, all genres are very welcome to us. 25 is well organized, well planned, but there's always space for new things, especially in Brazil, that the timings are very tight. We work very tight schedules. So this is a reality that I'm German, so I have to see the 3 next years in front of me, but my mother's Brazilian, so I have to solve problems from yesterday. So it's this is a balance. Nah? We would be delighted to establish a continuity, a continuous relation, also by exporting, also by dialoguing artistic Brazilian artists with your ensembles and the contrary, so everything is open.
Yeah. Well, I would like to have a ticket when you come to Brazil. Yeah, I want to see. Please, let's keep in touch. But for the festival next year, as I said, the festival of the orchestra, Philharmonica Brasilia Orchestra, the orchestra is the main actors, the main group, which invites different kind of musicians to perform with us. So it goes from the classical, but also goes through the traditional music, to the folk music, to the rock music, to DJ and orchestra, and Brazilian pop music as well, and also international. So our orchestra is very versatile, as we say that. So that's why our main goal is to create a different audition. So that's why every concert we have more than 500 or 5,000 audience attending to each concert. That's it. So they are open. There are space for every proposal here.
Just to complete the thing that Stefan said, he said something very important for us, to you to understand our culture. It's never too late for us to send things. Yeah, because unfortunately we don't have this kind of organization that we have. It's not because we can't. It's just the whole system. It's a little bit complicated to understand. But I think that always there is this possibility that you can send to us your musicians, your groups. But also and for instance, Santa Marcelina, I know that we have wonderful groups for instrumental music or jazz that we always can have this kind of conversation with you. So always welcome.
We have 2 main Brazils in the same country. From São Paulo to south, it's people are, I won't say much serious. This is not the question, but they plan more in advance than we in Rio de Janeiro. Then they try. But São Paulo also, you are a wonderful organization in terms of planning. Nah? Perfect. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's all way of life.
But Salvador and Rio de Janeiro, we act. It's smoother. Let's say like that. Nah? It's smoother.
Hello, my name is Victoria. I'm in charge of international development of the French Baroque and early music and sacred music ensemble, Marguerite Louise, the resident of Versailles Royal Opera. And currently we are developing a project with the Oxford new college, with the choir of a new college of Oxford. And it's the project between the choir of this establishment and the ensemble instrumentalists and the actually students and singers who make the part of this choir. We are going to have the exchange between two countries, two musical ensembles in the next year, in the next season. We are going to give two concerts in London and Oxford, and maybe in Windsor. We are discussing about it now, and two concerts in France, in royal places, significant. And I was wondering, I've heard from Janet, I heard from Tiago, that Baroque music and actually early music, especially Baroque music, is not very well known in Brazil. I was wondering if there would be an opportunity for this kind of exchange projects in Brazil. For example, that the French Baroque ensemble comes to you, works with your choir at a university or anywhere, and we discover Brazilian early music or sacred music here in France. Thank you.
Lucy, would you help me with this one?
Ok. Bon, je vais me présenter en français. Non, non, pas expliquer en africain. Pas expliquer en africain. Ok. Parce que du coup, donc, je suis française, mais je travaille au Néo-Juba là depuis 7 ans, comme elle a expliqué. J'y suis allée pour connaître et ça fait 7 ans que j'arrive pas à repartir. C'est un projet assez incroyable. Et du coup, ben, nous, on a aussi, donc on a on a des orchestres, on a des chœurs. Et avec les chœurs, on a commencé depuis 2019 à monter des petits opéras, donc avec les enfants. Et avec les jeunes, on a fait Didon Enéas de Purcell. Et cette année, on vient de finir Assis et Galatée de Handel. Donc c'est sûr que ça fait beaucoup de sens pour nous, d'autant qu'en effet, Salvador, vraiment, la musique baroque, c'est vraiment très peu, c'est très peu fait, c'est très peu connu. Donc c'est vraiment par rapport à nos jeunes quelque chose qu'on doit travailler, comprendre comment est-ce que, par rapport à la voix par exemple, comment est-ce que ça chante. Et vu qu'on travaille avec des jeunes jusqu'à 27 ans, c'est quand même beaucoup plus adapté de faire un opéra de Purcell ou de Handel que de faire un Verdi avec ces jeunes. Donc voilà, je pense qu'en effet ça peut faire énormément de sens pour faire ça ensemble.
Yeah, I would like to point also that we work for three different projects, and then one of them is Teatro São Pedro, which is a theater in São Paulo, which is the second oldest theater in São Paulo that used to be a cinema from the early cinema with orchestras. And then MSP, which is the conservatoire. MSP, way back, I mean, if we look for 15 or 20, not way back, but 20 years ago, our teachers would come to Europe to study the Baroque music. And then MSP has created the Baroque Center for Studies in Baroque Music. So we have it there, and then we have the Festival of Baroque Music in Brazil. I think it's, I don't know if it's, I think it's the only Baroque music festival in São Paulo. I don't know if it's the only one in Brazil. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah. In São Paulo, it's the only one, and then we have it. And also, Teatro São Pedro holds operas and concerts for Baroque music. We also have done Dido and Aeneas last year, and it was an incredible performance. And yeah, we're open for that as well.
In Brasília, we have the music school. It's called Escola de Música de Brasília, and they offer all kind of instruments, even Baroque instruments like clavier, Baroque violin, and all the flutes. So we don't have the festival, but during the summer in January, we have the Music Summer Festival, which is promoted by the music school. So we invited all professionals of Baroque music to do master classes during January there. So it's a great opportunity for us because our students, they when they are graduated, when they get graduation, they are intending to go abroad to study in Belgium, in Switzerland, and Amsterdam as well to study Baroque music. And even in France, we have some students here in Lyon, the Conservatoire de Lyon, and also I think in Rouen as well. Yeah, but it's a great opportunity for you if you want to visit Brasilia. We have this school of music, yeah, to get in touch with. Yeah.
May I add that there also used to be, I'm not sure it's still on, but there used to be a music Baroque week in Rio a few years ago, co-organized with the Centre de Musique Baroque de Versailles. You're aware of it? Okay, you know it. And it was with the Rio Baroque Orchestra.
Back on the 70s, my mom began the Bach cyclus with Karl Richter, with Nicole, with Aurel Nicolet, and from that moment on, we understood the wish of the cariocas, of the people in Rio de Janeiro. They love Baroque music, and from that moment on, we brought the name is here, just a second. Les Affleurissants avec William Christie, Philippe Jarouski. Yeah, there are some great names that we brought on the Baroque, and the public loves it. So, le musicien du Louvre aussi, oui, oui, c'est ça.
I see. Thank you so much. I see that there's an interest and possibility to develop something together. So I would be happy to exchange contacts and start a discussion. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other question? Yes.
Hello. First, I'm sorry that I was late because of my dog. I'm very sorry. My name is Aneta Ekamb. I'm born in Macedonia, but I live in France. I'm a composer, and I have an ensemble, small ensemble of 5 people, quintet. That is a fusion of Macedonian traditional music and jazz, improvised music with the concepts of Steve Coleman a little. So my question is very simple. Do you see an opening for Balkan music? Or great. And so that's all I want to know. Obrigado.
Yeah, I work with Mauaca. Have you heard about this group of women in Brazil? They are in Brasilia, or actually in São Paulo, and they sing more than 19 languages, but they focus on Macedonian and also Balkanian songs. Yeah, and we are planning to bring them to Brazil next year for our festival, Mauaca and the orchestra. And of course, we love this kind of, how to say, ethnological mixture. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So Brazil and Sao Paulo, we are discussing to have them in our festival next year.
Yeah. Any other question?
Hello, I'm from a Belgian ensemble, Het Collectief, a chamber music quintet. In 2009, we were in Sao Paulo, invited by Compagnia de Danza for Poligono, very first production. And then we got the invitation for Campos do Jordão Winter Festival. And then I was so excited, now we will come back. And then we didn't come back. So there is also some things of, all things, institutions related to city or state, when political situations changes, director changes, for instance. And there is also a lot of tax to be paid if you invite foreign artists. Maybe that's changed, but that's also a huge thing to get over it. And I don't know how the situation now is. Is this still an issue? Maybe with the tax incentive things, maybe things are better than before?
You're going to talk to me?
Yeah, it's about the political issues.
Well, these days we are here together, we are talking about that a lot. And I think that our system, somehow, we are just kind of survivors, because it's very vulnerable still. We had these horrible moments 4 years ago from 2019 and 2022 under this government Bolsonaro, that I think that most of them you know him, and it's something was very difficult. Even Bolsonaro was already I have to say a disaster, let's say, but also we had this pandemic and all things came together. And but somehow I think that something very important, for instance, we have this many one thing that goes all of us here, it is the strongest possibility that we have through our financial system, which calls lei Rouanet law. It's a law which was created in 1991, and it goes until today. Even we have once in a while many problems, but it's still something very strong, you know. And we all need, even if I work for the government, we need also this kind of instrument to make our project happen. But something very interesting that I don't understand, but I think that what's very important, how culture is so important, because even with the problem with Bolsonaro, the problem with that we had with the pandemic, this moment they created other systems of financial, two new laws. One was Lei Paulo Gustavo. It's more for audiovisual, you know, and theater. And the other one was for Aldir Blanc, which was both of these. Paulo Gustavo was a great actor. Aldir Blanc, one of the biggest composer for Brazilian popular music. And they both died for COVID. And so we have almost in the end of the pandemic, we had these two laws. And it was something very strong and very interesting, that everything that they try really to destroy everything, the culture was somehow was so stronger, you know, that we could see these new things happen in Brazil. So we don't know, because we don't have different of you here in France, that you have so much the structure that you have is so vertical. We know all the possibilities that you have with federal, region, and municipality. You had things so well organized, you know. We are trying as much as we can. I think that we can see a lot of evolution. But for instance, I have a problem right now because we have Lula, for instance, at the government, but next Sunday we're going to have municipal elections. And I am really afraid that I can have a new Bolsonaro in my city, which is going to affect me a lot in my work. So that's this kind of trouble that we have. And I think that's kind of Brazilian spirit also, that you always try to find a way to make it happen in somehow, you know. But the first thing was, for instance, when Bolsonaro he came, the first thing that he did was to finish with the culture ministry, you know. For 4 years we have it was just a small department under the tourism ministry and the sport. You know, they put everything together, and so they reduced for 85% of the budget. You know, it's really a lot. So he tried everything that he could. We lost all kinds of things that we had improved already. For instance, from the inclusion possibilities that we have, it was a huge conquest with things with race and gender and all this kind of things that really could. It was very good for us, for our culture, and then they tried to destroy and to finish all this kind of things. So as we are talking about here, you really have to be careful also with your new future, and because things can really change, and can really affect us.
But my conclusion is, I heard you say it all, that our timings are always very more in advance. So if we go in contact with you, we are talking about next summer. So that's in our minds in Europe. You're thinking about season 25, 26, but you are still working. You just finished the summer festival, and what will be there next year? You have to decide yet. So that's also an opportunity, but at the same time, it has also it's related to that's political situation sometimes.
that you have to be, you can't promise anything, 2 years in advance, because you never know.
Yeah, but we're still working. The thing is, yeah, yeah, we are still. Bravo.
My German side has our program ready for the 2025 season. So, but anyway, there's always space to include as an extra concert. So, in these timings, we can handle better.
Our situation in Brasilia, we depends on the Rouanet law. So every year we are presenting the project for our sponsor, and they're gonna evaluate it. They're gonna decide, okay, I'm gonna put money on this. Last time we had Shell, the company, gas company Shell. For the next company, we are talking with the French company, and they are deciding because of the year of France in Brazil. So they are really considering, but not fixed yet. We have a meeting as soon as I get back to Brazil. We're gonna have a meeting, and we'll see our next sponsors.
I would like to add that, for instance, at Teatro São Pedro, our opera theater, we have the whole programmation, so it's all closed for operas, and there's obviously more space for chamber music, for maybe small groups that could go between one and another opera. I mean, when the season closes and another season opens, where we can talk and then we can manage and develop new possibilities for these kinds of events. But I mean, when we think about like our big events, our orchestras from our even our youth groups, they have the whole programmation. It's all settled for next year. And then when we think about special projects, we can include in between. I mean, we could also think about the blank spaces that we would have between one programmation and the other one. So this is where we can find and then put the programmation.
Thank you very much. We are almost done because we have just 3 minutes to finish. I'd like to say one last thing is the timing, the programming is very important, so it's a very important point to stress out. I would like to say thank you for all of you for being here, and they are doing the speed meetings tomorrow morning. I think a few time slots are still available, and you can also talk to them if you want, of course, here at New Deal. Thank you very much.